Now, you know that old Rod Stewart song, "Every Picture Tells a Story"? Well, you know what? Every Audiophiliac Viewer System picture tells a story. It tells a story about the owners of these systems. And that's why I so enjoy presenting these shows. I've been doing this a while now, and it never gets old because every time I open an email and I see something new, and I go, that's really cool. Now, of course, I can't include all of them or even most of them. And so if you've ever sent in pictures and weren't picked, I apologize, but please understand there's just this volume of them that keep coming in. Anyway, the difference in today's show, I think I noticed one uptick, and that is more DIY systems. Yeah, people building things, and that so impresses me. And also a little surge in reel-to-reel machines showing up. That's nice. A lot of vintage, but that's usually the case. A lot of turntables, a lot of horns. Yeah. So you know the drill. But anyway, let's get to it. I can't wait for you to see these amazing systems. Thank you. We're going to start with Martin's system. He lives in Buenos Aires, Argentina. He has Gato Amp 150 amps, Dyne Audio Confidence 20 speakers, a Rel T9i sub, Lumen T2 streamer / DAC, and a Riga Apollo CD player. Let's continue with Josh from Michigan, and this is his system. He has Eggleston Works Kiva speakers. The amplifier, with this name I assume is Greek, and I'm totally going to mangle it. It's Tisteractis Alios Ultra. The streamer is an Audiolab 6000N, and he's using Analysis Plus silver speaker cables and interconnects. Doug and his wife, Jennifer, sent this one in, and they live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, Doug runs the Facebook group Macintosh Audio Technology and Support. Now, his turntable is a VPI Classic with a HANA ML cartridge. Preamp, not surprisingly, is a Macintosh. It's a C2600. Power amp, Macintosh C2102. Power amp, another one, Macintosh MC462. CD player is also Macintosh. It is an MS300. Streamer Blue Sound Node 2i. The subwoofers, there's two of them, SVS SB4000. The speakers, the speakers are Klipsch La Scala AL5, and their dog, their best friend, is Miko. Frank is next. His amp is, a Macintosh MA352. The speakers, he's not clear what the speakers are, but they look like Wilson's to me. The turntable is a Denon 47F with a Lin cartridge. The reel-to-reel is a Pioneer RT901. Cassette deck, Pioneer CTF100. The streamer is a Rose RS150B. Nate's up next. He lives in San Antonio, Texas. He's a 72-year-old retired Air Force fighter pilot. And he's been in the hobby since 1968 and spent a lot of money. I can't go into all that detail, but a lot. A shocking amount of money. But he's happy. And this is his current system. Sonus Faber Lumina 5. He has two RL T9X subwoofers, Prima Luna Evo 300 amplifier, an NAD Masters M23 amp, Macintosh C22 Mark V preamplifier, Hi-Fi Rose RS150 streamer, Denafreps Pontus 2 DAC, Audiolab CDT 6000 CD transport, a Technics SL1200G turntable with a HANA Umami Blue moving coil cartridge, and also a Nagaoka MP200 moving magnet. Power plant is a PS Audio. Matthew comes along with his current iteration of his system, and that's his listening partner, Ripley, named after Ellen Ripley from the Alien franchise. The speakers are DeVore Fidelity Gibbon Super 8s in Bird's Eye Maple. The amplifier is a Heed Obelisk S1 with a Heed Audio X2 power supply. Turntable, clear audio concept with Soundsmith Otello cartridge. CD player, a vintage Meridian 206. The DAC is a Border Patrol SE streamer Blue Sound node, and the cables are various Signal Cable Company and AudioQuest. Next up, Tony from El Paso, Texas is 27 years old. He's keeping it simple. He has KEF LS50 speakers, a Riga turntable, Blue Sound node streamer, and a Schiit Freya Plus preamplifier. This one comes from Yves. He lives in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. He has two systems in that listening room. The big one, the main one, the turntable is a Technics SL1200GR with an Audiophiliac 2M Blue black cartridge, and that runs into an iFi Audio Zen phono preamp. CD player, Air XEMP, and then there's a iFi Audio Zen Stream with Room, Core, and Windows for title. The DACs, there's two, Denafreps Hermes DCC and a Denafreps Terminator 2. Preamp, Class A Audio CP700 amp, a big one, an Omega Omnicron stereo audio class, and the speakers are ProAct Response 2.5 clones with an external crossover. In the second system is a Marantz 2265 receiver and Klipsch Cornwall 4s. But wait, there's more. There's also a collection of Harman Kardon receivers from the 70s, a 630, 930, 430, and 730, and a Citation receiver. Wow, nice stuff. Moving along, we have Nate's system. He's from San Francisco, California. His speakers are KEF R3. Receiver, Sansui 770. That's vintage. The analog source is a Technics SL1200 Mark II from the mid-90s, all original. And cartridge is new though. It's an Audiophiliac 2M Blue. Phono preamp, Cambridge Audio Alva Duo. Digital source is a Blue Sound node. And he notes, by the way, that the Sansui and Technics are from a single owner passed down by Nate's dad, lovingly cared for by him. Nas is living in England, and he has two systems, but they're both feeding the same speakers, which are IMF TS150s. Now in System 1, the turntable is a Lenco 175 on a new plinth. The amplifier, Denon PMA 1510, CD Transport Audio Lab 6000 CDT, Krieg tuner, and a Tascam CD recorder. In System 2, there's a Technics turntable, a 1500C, and the amp is a Arand KT88 Pro, and the CD player is a Denon. It's actually a Blu-ray player. Hey, Bill is from Baskerville, California, and he's running those big Tectons, those Moab speakers, and they are perched upon Townsend basses. Power amp is an Audio Research Ref 75, and then there's also an Audio Research Ref 3 preamp. Turntable is a VPI Classic with an Audiophiliac 2M black cartridge. Phono preamp is a Modrite PH 9.0. This is Paul's system. He lives in Worthing, UK. It's an all Riga system with a P6 turntable with an Ania moving coil cartridge, and also the Neo Power Supply Mark II, Phono MC Mark IV, which is the phono stage, and then the Brio amplifier, all Riga. Blue Sound node streamer, 130, and also Monitor Audio Silver 100 speakers. Yes, there's a lot of DIY going on here with Brian's system. Starting with the speakers, GR Research NX Octica with extremely high-end crossover parts. GR Research dual, triple, 12-inch servo-controlled subwoofers. Schiit Freya Plus preamp modified with VCAM ODAM capacitors. PS Audio power plant with, I think he's saying, 4 lines. LKS DH004 DAC. SMS 200 Ultra Streamer with linear power supply. JBL Synthesis S7165 power amp. and all of the cables are DIY Kimbers. And then there's a lot of diffusion and room treatment going on here, and that's and custom bass units all built by Brian over the last 26 months. I like this. Sam says he has a tri-amp active crossover system combining vintage, new, science, and a little magic and luck. There you go. He's running a Luxman PX100 turntable with a Shure V15 Type 5 MR cartridge. Then there's a turntable. The CD player is a Luxman D100 with Onkyo DV-SP1000 SACD player. Reel-to-reel is an Otari MX5050 Mark III. Plays 2 or 4 track at 7.5 or 15 inches per second. And the DAC is a topping B50 with a Burson Classic op amp. There's 2 amplifiers in this system, a Luxman R117, it's an integrated, and also a Luxman R115. The speakers are Alltech Model 14s, and the sub is a Velodyne Servo. Jeff has a Marantz 2270 receiver, Technics SL1700 turntable. Speakers are Ohm Walsh 2 omnidirectionals, and then there's a Blue Sound node hidden in the console. So Raj is from Scarsdale, New York. He's 45 years old, and he got into the hobby 3 years ago during COVID. And I have never seen these speakers before. Those are wild. Anyway, the amplifier is a Vitis Audio R1100 integrated, and the speakers themselves are called Proclaim DMT100, and they have external crossovers. He's streaming through a ZP90 with wired for sound modifications. David's son, this is David's system, and his son says the system can play any music format. Well, just about. There is a VPI Classic turntable with an LO Sumiko, low output Sumiko Blackbird cartridge. Then there's an Otari MX5052 reel-to-reel, Pioneer 1020 quadraphonic reel-to-reel, Parasound JC3 Junior, that's the phono preamp, and also a Parasound P7 preamplifier, Parasound A21 power amp, Parasound A52 for the center and rear speaker, and an Oppo 105 for SACD and DVD audio. The streamer is a Raspberry Pi, Nakamichi LX5, and the speakers, the big speakers, the panel speakers, are Magnepan 0.7, and there's a Magnepan center channel, and then you don't see it, but there are also Magnepan rear speakers. Nice. Sherman is from Bloomington. His speakers are also Magnepan. They're 0.7s on Magna risers. Those are terrific stands. The speaker cables are DIY from GR Research. Subwoofer is a Rhythmic L12 amps or PS Audio M700 monos. Preamp Shitfreya Plus with new old stock RCA 6SN7 black plate tubes. Those are super nice. The DAC is a Denafreps Aries 2 turntable Riga P3 with an Ortophon 2M black. Phono stage Cambridge Audio Solo CD player Sony BDP BX57 streaming through an NUC running Roon Raspberry Pi. Jake has the hot off the presses Shit-Erd CD transport that just came out. Also a Blue Sound node streamer, Denafreps Pontus 2, VPI Super Prime Scout with a HANA cartridge, Parasound JC3 Plus phono preamp, Shitfreya Plus preamp, Nakamichi BX125 cassette deck, Dark Voice headphone amplifier, and the First Watt J2 power amp that's behind the speakers. And the speakers are Klipsch Heresy 2 with Kreitz crossover upgrade and subs, yeah, SVS SB1000s. Neil is from Norway, and he's running a Griffin Attila integrated amp, Audiophiliac Tempo 35 speakers, Cyberg Audio Incognito 12 subwoofer. Jay's Audio CDT2 transport, CD transport, a Gold Note DS10 and their matching power supply, custom-made Thorens EB-TT turntable 150, DS Audio E1, that's the optical cartridge system I reviewed a while back, phenomenal. Headphones are Audeze LCD2 with an English Electric 8-switch Puritan audio power cables and Tellurium Q black diamond speaker cables. Tom from Sacramento, California is bringing up the final system of the day, and his speakers are Harbeth Compact 7ES3s, and he alternates between two integrated amplifiers, a vintage Kenwood KA5700 and a Riga I/O. The DAC is a Chord Cutest fed by a Mac Mini, and analog comes from a Riga RP1 turntable with a Nagaoka cartridge. So that's it. Thank you guys. I'm going to put up a couple of pictures right now just to show you some others that I didn't have time to do the narration for. But thank you to everyone who submitted pictures for this show and for all of them, everyone ever on the Audiophiliac channel. Thank you guys. Again, my name is Steve Guttenberg. If you like what I'm doing here on the channel, please consider joining the Patreon. And also, well, you know, if you like these things, hit the like button and subscribe if you have yet to do so. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching.